Thank you. Welcome. Please take your seats. And welcome and thank you for attending the 2017 Missouri State University West Plains Convocation. Several people that I would like to recognize. First, Ms. Carol Silvey from our Board of Governors is in attendance today. I'd like to recognize Mr. Frank Priest as the chair-elect of our Faculty Senate. Ms. Lori Wall as chair of our Staff Senate, and all of our faculty and staff who are in attendance today. Now I'd like to introduce our guest speaker, Mr. Ron Lewis. Ron and his twin brother Rodney Lewis are co-founders of the Lewis Influence and recently published their first book entitled Gritty, a book for first-generation college students. The Lewis Influence is an organization designed to support first-generation college students through education and inspiration. Along with his brother, Ron Lewis is an experienced trainer and speaker who has passionately presented to thousands of students and professionals about taking personal ownership and accepting personal leadership. He graduated from Barry University with both his master's and bachelor's degree and is currently working on his doctorate at Indiana Tech. After 4 years in a nonprofit industry, Mr. Lewis transitioned to higher education, where he's had an opportunity to teach, lead, and manage at several colleges and universities locally in the Fort Wayne, Indiana area. He's a dynamic educator with experience speaking to students and professionals on the topic of grit, G-R-I-T, guts, resilience, intensity, and tenacity. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Ron Lewis.
My mom would be so proud. She would. She said, my baby doing something with his life. Let me give you the real bio. Let me give you the real bio. Ron Lewis, born in the urban north side of St. Louis, Union and Kings Highway. Anybody from St. Louis here? What? Hey, Lou in the house? Okay. Yeah. He lived in a neighborhood, and my people in St. Louis would know this. Maybe not, because it's a little different now, but I'm pretty sure it's the same. But he lived in a neighborhood that if you wore the color red or blue, somebody would ask you a question. What was it? What's up, cuz? If you answered that question wrong, bang, it's over. I grew up in a neighborhood where if you wore J's in my neighborhood, somebody would say, hey, what size are those, homie? And if you did not give up them shoes, bang, it's over. Ron Lewis lived in a neighborhood that if you wore a B or a C on your hat or your jersey or your shirt, somebody would ask you a question. If you answered the question wrong, bang, it's over. That's just part of the story, though. Ron Lewis was a 2.4 graduate of Lafayette High School. Ron Lewis cried when he realized that he had to go to Merrimack Community College just to receive an athletic scholarship because Ron Lewis received 14s on the ACT 3 times. Yup. Not so flattering now. Ron Lewis is the same guy who his first semester received a 3.4, and by second semester of his freshman year received a 1.7. Yup. Not so flattering now. Ron Lewis is the same guy who went on to Barry University, go to grad school, and before I can even graduate grad school, I had to take my comps twice because I failed them twice. Yup. Ron Lewis is the same guy who graduated from Barry University with his master's degree, and then after he graduated, he was fired 3 times in a row in his first 4 jobs. Yup, not so flattering now. The list goes on and on and on. Did you think that this institution hired me because I'm successful? No. The institution hired me because I'm a failure. Absolutely. But it's only because I fail as much as I do because I'm willing to take the risks that some people aren't willing to take. I'm willing to get back up when some people aren't willing to get back up is why they hire me. Because the reason that I succeed is because I failed. And I'm telling you, West Plains, as you come into this new year, if you come into this institution, you're going to have setbacks You're going to have defeats. You're going to have personal defeats. And I'm telling you, if you don't get back up, all I want you to do, if you're from my area, St. Louis, or anywhere you're from, even if you're from here in West Plains, I want you to just take a step back. And I asked myself, if I wouldn't have gotten a 1.7, what would I do? I wouldn't have wrote the book. If I wouldn't have been fired 3 times, let me tell you something. Getting fired once is a tragedy. I want you to understand that. But getting fired 3 times when you have a young family, waking up every single day not knowing if your car's going to be repossessed, coming home just from the grocery store not knowing if you're going to have the pink slip on your door. Because see, I don't cry about things, I get ready to work about things. I work problems. And each and every one of you this semester is going to have a couple problems. Maybe you're not good at math. Good, just do more math. Do it with her because she's energetic about it. If you're not a writer, don't tell me you're not a writer. If you're not a writer, so what? Just write more. Oh, let me get this from my basketball, because I did receive an athletic scholarship to play at Merrimack Community College and Berry University. But my junior year, I didn't play basketball my junior year. I sat the bench the whole entire year because we received some kid, 6'10", from Scotland, who took all of my playing time. Couldn't compete with him. He played overseas, national. He was a good kid. I mean, he was dope. He went to play at University of Illinois, fighting the line now. So my senior year, I had to put all of my energy in my sport my senior year. Yeah. And then my first year in junior college, I pretty much stunk it up. I had to put all my energy in my sophomore year just to get recruited. What am I telling you? I'm telling you that every time that I do something great, it was only because something set me back. That's what I'm telling you. I don't care where you're from. If you're from the Louis, if you're from KC, wherever you're from, you're here today because you say, I want something better, and the people here in the institution here can help me get that. Follow us on Instagram, by the way. It's very good at Lou Flu. Please follow us on Instagram. But I just put out a post that said, let me tell you something. Numbers don't define us. 1.7, 14's on the ACT, it don't define us. But I'll tell you one thing, it will drive us. I dare you to allow some of your setbacks to drive you, fuel you. I dare you. I'm going to give you 3 things why failure can teach you that success never will. And this is from personal experience. Number 1, failure always will teach you to change. Folks, you got to change. It's called the law of transition. Now, I know we got some athletes in the room, but what about, anyone play high school sports? Yeah, we play some high school sports. Now, if you play high school sport, let me ask you this question. You play JV one year, what will happen if you take your little JV habits and bring them up to varsity? What will happen? You set the bench. Oh, it's so true. Here it is. If you bring your little high school habits into this university, you're going to be sitting the bench and call your mama's couch. It's true. I can't tell you in my years of working at the university how many times I've seen students come in the first semester, they're jacked up. I say, hey, how's it going to be this semester? Oh, it's going to be good, Mr. Lewis. I can't wait. It's going to be good. You sure everything good? Because I don't know, man. You sound a little sketchy. Oh, no, it's going to be good. And then after that, this student, he was from Indy. By the second semester, his mom was packing him up, sending him back to Indy, because he thought this was a game, but this ain't no game. Your life is not a game. This is something different. So if you're going to do something different, you have to be someone different. And in order to conquer that difference, you have to have different methods, different philosophies, and a different thought process as you're going through it. If you're trying to transfer to another school, if you play a sport, if you're trying to transfer to another institution, you got to do it differently. You can't do it like everyone else. I can't tell you how many times students tell me this one thing. So I teach a sport management class, and the first thing students tell me, hey, what are you going to do? I want to own my own business. Well, when you going to start working on that business? I want to graduate. Nah. Whatever you want to do in life, you start right now. What are you waiting on? You waiting on until you graduate? Too late. Start right now. At this moment. Instead of putting out the tweet or putting out the IG post, go and read something about your future profession. Why wouldn't you do that? Lord, I got to limit this time. I apologize. All right, let me keep going. Two. So I told you, failure will teach you to change. If you're successful, you don't change. You say, I figured it out. I got this. When I got a D in biology, I didn't tell you that was a part of the story. It gets worse. When I got a D in biology, I had to change. Now, number two, failure will teach you to reflect. See, you reflect, you change. I never forget, I told y'all I got a 3-4, and I'm feeling good, I'm ready about life, I'm feeling great. And then the second semester, my homeboy called me. He says, twin, because I have a twin brother, so they call it twin. But he says, twin, you got to get down here right now. I'm like, where you at? He said, I'm at Kirby's. I said, what's Kirby's? He said, hey, it's college night. It's a Wednesday night. He said, ladies get in free, guys got to pay a fee. I was like, what? I said, twin, get up, let's go. Now I will admit, and if my brother was here, he would totally agree with this. I'm the bad twin. I'm the one who's like, come on, let's go. He's like, no, we can't do that. No, we have astronomy and we have biology in the morning. I'm like, nah, man, we gonna be good. We know about the earth. We good. We know Jupiter and all that. We good. Let's go. So I was up. I was ready. I'm gonna date myself. That's when Nelly just started. So I'm hearing that in the background. I'm hearing Beyonce, can you pay my bills? All that. Like let's go. I get up, I get dressed so fast, pew, out the door. That 3.7, let me show you how it went from a 3.4 went to a 1.7. So Wednesday, let me just give you the struck real quick. Wednesday, oh, this is sad. Wednesday, I got ready for Kirby's. Follow me? Thursday, the person I met at Kirby's, I talked to them. Friday, I went out again. Saturday, I did it again. Sunday, what did I do? Yeah, slept. It's Lord's Day. Rest on the second. Monday, I thought about studying. Tuesday, I considered studying. And Wednesday, I did it all over again. I was so committed to my own failure. So here's a great rule of thumb for you, West Plains. Don't wish for success, but prepare for failure. Don't wish for success and prepare for failure. And I never forget, the thing that hurt me the most was my father. This dude worked 2 jobs, started working at the age of 13. He looks at the report card with this big look in his face and just like, what are you doing? You got the scholarship? It's all paid, the books, all paid for? I mean, the education was so free, it was bootleg. Okay, all you gotta do is show up. I'm looking at my guy in the face who's working 2 jobs, and he's looking at me like, you don't have to go to class for this. Then I go back and I reflect on my mom who picked cotton when she was in middle school and dropped out of school just to support her 9 brothers and sisters. Now I'm not talking about that cotton you sitting on, I'm talking about that real Mississippi slave cotton. And all I gotta do is show up and then show out in the classroom? Really? This is what I'm gonna do? Reflection. But let's say I go ahead and get my 3.4 again. You think I'm reflecting on that? Absolutely not. I'm not. And last but not least, failure always gives you the drive, if you want it bad enough. After I got to 1.7, I had to take 13 credit hours in summer school just to take my $26,000 scholarship to go and play at Berry University in Miami, Florida. I was going to pass that up. I was listening to Will Smith, Miami, and everything. I was ready. But you got to take this math class. First thing I said was, I'm not good at math. I'm not good at math. So you want me to take college algebra when I barely passed intermediate algebra? I'm not a math guy. So you know what? I'm about to be a math guy. I went on my 7-day math plan. My 7-day math plan consisted of this. The teacher was the tutor. Now I want you to follow this scenario for any class that you have a problem in. The teacher was the tutor. So as soon as the class would end, and she would teach us a 4-hour class for 4 days a week, it was in summer school, I would go to her, and we would go and do my homework together, and then I would go home and do all the even problems. I did this 5 days a week. On the weekends, I would go and do all the reviews. It's not about me being a math person. It's about what math could take me. Not because because I was so interested in the number, but I was interested in that $26,000 scholarship though. That was the number I was interested in. I never forget, I had a girlfriend at the time. She said, hey, you want to go out? I said, absolutely not. My math book, Biggie and Tupac, we were like this. Because that's what I would do math to. I was just so angry that I had to do it. And I got the B+, and I got the scholarship. There is nothing you can't have if you're willing to work for it and grind for it. There's nothing you absolutely can't have if you're willing to work for it. Don't tell me I'm here, I can't do that. I don't listen to that. I don't listen to people who say what I can't do. Everybody has a reason why you can't do something. Maybe it's your socioeconomic status. Maybe it's your gender. Maybe it's your race. Maybe it's your sexual orientation. I don't care. There's nothing in my way but between me and success. And anything that stands in between that success, we got a problem. I'm willing to sacrifice any and everything to get what I want to get. Last thing I'm going to tell you, because I know I'm bleeding in time and I apologize, but I wanted to do this. This is why I get so excited for doing it. But I wanted to do it so bad. Now, I told you I've been fired 3 times. You get fired once, you're like, oh. Get fired 3 times, you're like, oh my goodness, I'm a loser, right? What a loser gets fired 3 times. That would be me. So I went to this guy who said he was a speaker. The guy told me, I'm a speaker. I can speak. I know how to do it. You should meet with me. So I met with him at Arby's. I had no money. I had a Jamaican shake. It was good. But that's all I could afford. So true. I meet with him. I sit down with him, and he looks me in my face, and he says, Ron, they're not hiring speakers. So I don't know what to tell you. I'm like, I still got some Jamaican shake. Like, tell me why. Why are they not hiring speakers? Well, they just don't want to pay for them. And if you don't have a big name, how are you actually going to get on? So I'm devastated. This is all I want to do. I meet with him again at a coffee shop, higher ground. He tells me the same thing again. And from that moment, when I left his presence, I said, nah, the question is, will they hire me? No. The real thing he's telling me, they're not hiring him. They're not hiring him. It's not that they won't hire me. And I'm telling you this because a lot of people want to tell you what you should and should not do, and they're going to base this on their own fears and insecurities. Don't drink the lemonade. Don't sip the Kool-Aid that they're sipping from. You're on a whole other plane. I was just in KC at Avalon. A student told me she wants to be a radiologist, and she wants to open up a not-for-profit for those that have cancer. But guess who is telling her that this is a bad idea? Her mother. Her mother. Because the people that love you the most of the time will hurt you the worst because you believe it. Does that make sense? Say, yup. And last but not least, let me teach you how to hustle, because I'm telling you, some people don't know how to hustle, and my brother and I developed this unique way to hustle. This is it. I won't quit. It's my time. Hustle. I'm in the valley. I'm about to climb. Hustle. I've come too far not to shine. Hustle. And trust no days off. This is grind. Hustle. I'm living with my eyes closed. This is blind. Hustle. And this is rooted in pain. This is where you find hustle. I never giving up because I got long hustle. And now you're meaning till I'm winning. I got strong hustle. But this that bloody hustle. And this that burning hustle. And this that study hustle. Oh, this that burning hustle. Mom and Dad, I want to make you proud. Hustle. I spread my voice to the world. Now that's loud. Hustle. I stand toe-to-toe to fear. I stand toe-to-toe to fear. The fear hustle. They hate to say we can't hear hustle. No fear approaches us. There's no tear hustle. This is real, nothing fake. Sincere hustle. Look at my child, and this is not for me hustle. I'm going hard on my vision because I can see hustle. Can't be average is dead hustle. I got that focus hustle. No smile on my face, not joking hustle. And volunteer people and keep giving hustle. And make your mind up and showtime decision hustle. I'm waking up at 3, never get tired hustle. But I'm asleep when I'm dead, now that's retired hustle. I'm doing it now, I'm done with trying hustle. This is the Lewis influence and this is my hustle. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Lewis. Sorry, I can't follow that. You don't even want to hear me try. Well, thank you so much for being here. We want to say a huge welcome to our new students who are here for their first semester. And I have the pleasure of introducing to you today the young man who was elected to serve as the student body president, the Student Government Association president, and his name is Douglas Cooley. He is going to be talking today about what it means to be a Grizzly. Douglas?
Thank you, Dr. Connie. Hello, everyone. First off, I have two questions for you all. How many of you are here because your instructor said they would be for points? Be honest, raise your hand, let's see. There we go. Okay. Now, by a show of hands, how many of you are here because you wanted to attend and hear from me and everybody else here on stage today? Woo! Take a look around. By the end of your first year in college, your perspective on life and how you make simple decisions will change. You will become more open to new experiences, and you will strive to be a successful person in life. My name is Douglas Cooley, and I am honored to serve as your Student Government Association president for this academic year. Today I want to tell you what I think it means to be a Grizzly. Excuse me. Being a Grizzly can truly mean anything. For me, it means being a leader. Being someone who knows how to lead, but also how to follow. An important part of this is standing up for what you believe in and not letting people take advantage of you. They have the old saying, it's a dog-eat-dog world for a reason. If you do not have the perseverance and dedication to achieve what you want in life, you will never truly meet your definition of happiness. One quote that I try to tell myself every day is by Steve Jobs, and that is, the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. That quote has an extremely powerful meaning behind it, and I want everyone to take a look around this auditorium right now. Every single thing you see, someone had the idea and the dream to make and distribute all of it. For example, look at the seats you're sitting in right now. How many of those exact seats do you think have been sold throughout the entire world? I don't even know. Being a Grizzly relates to this. You have the power to make that difference, and I'm not talking about seats. I'm talking about having a dream and pursuing it and following it and doing what you want to do in life. The only thing stopping you is your own imagination. Think about that. As I said before, I feel truly honored that my fellow students put their trust in me to represent the student body on our campus. I highly encourage each and every one of you to get involved in some kind of way here at Missouri State University West Plains. Start taking the steps to be the change that you want to see. I hope that you all can use some of my words to help make this journey through the next part of your lives. If there is anything you remember from my words here today, I hope that be that the words, "That's impossible," only makes you strive a little harder and dig a little deeper. No one said that it would be easy, and that's because it won't. You just have to work hard, strive for greatness, and be the change that you want to see, no matter how difficult the path may be. Thank you all for your time. I look forward to seeing each and every one of you around on campus. I want to personally congratulate you all on becoming a Grizzly. Thank you, and God bless.
Thank you, Doug. At this point, we're going to do this what's become a tradition for us and for new freshmen in the first week of school, and that is the signing of the Book of Grizzlies. And so what this means, I think, is very symbolic. What you're doing is going to come up, you're going to come the side, right here on the side steps, and we're going to release you from the back rows forward. You'll come up, and this side will sign this book, that side will sign that book, and you'll return to your seats. What you're doing by signing the book is saying, I commit to doing my best. As Ron said, it's tough. It takes some guts. It takes commitment. If you are not committed, don't sign your name. If you're not committed to this, don't sign your name. Because we want committed students who's signing the Book of Grizzlies. There says something when you're putting the most symbolic, meaningful, symbolic thing that you own, and that's your name, someplace. It's very unique, the way you sign it. So if you're going to commit to this, then sign it. If not, then you can sit there and discuss that with yourself. Okay? All right, now, afterwards, for those of you who raised your hand saying, the only reason I'm here is because my teacher made me come. So how will they know that you're here? Following everybody signing the book, then you will exit the doors. We'll let you know when you can exit. Exit the doors, and there's some tables out there that you'll have your IDS 110 rosters. Your name will be there, signed next to your name. And that's how your instructor is going to know that you're here or not. So you've got to be able to do that, okay? You've got to do that if you're going to get credit for it. All right, so let's start this. Faculty and staff, those of you who are helping with this. And we're going to start with the back rows. Ms. Boys and Ms. Ackerson are going to dismiss you row at a time. As you come up, we're going to move this right along, gang. We're going to move this right along, so don't hesitate as you come in. All right. Very good. We got out of here by noon. That was amazing. Faculty and staff, would you stand and would you welcome the 2017 entering class? Now, in 2 years, maybe 3 years, there's going to be another ceremony. We call it commencement. And that's where does this commitment follow through? That's the test. That's the test. So we want to see you in 2 years. Maybe it'll take 3. We want to see you in 2 years. All right, that's it, gang. Thank you for being here.